Well, I've poured a lot of time and effort into this Kyle Rittenhouse case. I owe no apologies for it. This is a case that just fascinates me. A lot of issues. Second Amendment, First Amendment, racial tolerance, political intrigue, corruption. Truly incredible. I don't know as much as a lot of people about what took place that day. A lot of my interest has been mostly on the legal side. So I do have some questions that I'd like to throw out there, and it'd be great if you could maybe help answer them. So let's start off with one here. What happened at the church? Ryan Balch, in one of his interviews, claimed that Joseph Rosenbaum was trying to burn a church down. Kyle Rittenhouse also said that he helped de-escalate an arson at a church. What happened there? Did somebody try to burn a church down, and was it Joseph Rosenbaum? Next question. Why did Rosenbaum threaten Kyle if he did? Ryan Balch, in his testimony, has said that Joseph Rosenbaum threatened to kill him or Kyle if he ever caught them alone. Why? What took place there? Did it really happen? Well, Ryan Balch is going to claim that on the witness stand, and of course the prosecution is going to try to undercut that if they can. Why did Kyle leave the car lot and go to the mechanic's garage? Earlier in the evening, Kyle Rittenhouse is guarding a car lot. It's pretty far away from any kind of action. It doesn't look like Kyle is really interested in getting involved in anything. They're just kind of hanging out and having a good time. And then Ryan Balch shows up with his crew. And then sometime later, Kyle has shifted over to the mechanic's garage, and I'm kind of curious as to why. What took place there? What was the girl fight about? During the summer, Kyle got involved in some scuffle that involved apparently his sister and some other girl. What was that fight about? It's more of a curiosity. It has nothing to do with the case. But nobody's ever mentioned anything about it. How did Kyle learn about the need for property protection? Again, this is another question that really has no bearing on the case at all. But it is kind of interesting that Kyle and Dominique both claim that they were there to protect the car lot at the owner's request. However, the car lot owner said that he never contacted Kyle or Dominique or anybody else to protect the car lot. Now keep in mind, as an immigrant, it's probably not out of the question for him to hire youngsters to guard property. It's done in a lot of countries. Don't tell me it isn't. I know it is. And obviously denying that he ever did would be probably the first thing he would say when somebody gets in trouble. So I'm not convinced about his story that he had nothing to do with it. So my question is that if he in fact did contact somebody to help guard his property, how was that done? Was it a Facebook message? Was it Twitter, text, phone call? Again, has no bearing on Kyle's self-defense claim at all, but curious. Now, here's an interesting question. Were the cops looking for a black man? Now, why do you think they would be looking for a black man? Here's why. When Kyle shot Rosenbaum, he's running away. Somebody yelled, "That N-word just shot someone." Now, it's not out of the question that somebody hearing that might have called 911 and reported that a black man had just shot somebody when was fleeing down the street. And therefore, it's not out of the question that when the police got the call that they were looking for a black person instead of a white kid. And for that reason, allowed Kyle to slip past them. Is that a crazy idea? I don't know. So my question is that when they were approaching the body of Huber in Grosskreutz, they drove right by Kyle. At that moment, were they looking for a black kid? And if so, that would explain why they never bothered to question Kyle. Interesting. Next question. Is the Kyle put out a dumpster fire story true? I tend to think not. However, this thing still gets bandied around a lot. And so maybe somebody out there can tell me exactly what happened. Kyle is carrying a fire extinguisher, but I think he's carrying the fire extinguisher to put out fires in cars. It's not a dumpster. Finally, what happened with the gun purchase? Who said what? Did Kyle ask Dominique to buy the gun for him? Or was it Dominique's idea? Did Kyle wheedle him? Did Dominique buy the gun with the understanding that Kyle would not have it until he was 18? I'm not sure. Like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I would love to hear your input.